Good morning, everyone. My name is Megan Kelly. I am the incredibly proud principal of Rolling Meadows High School, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the student of the third quarter celebration this morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. We are missing a few students. I think the fact that it's a Monday after a long weekend, and also we have state testing going on this week, there's a lot happening. So we may have a few students trickle in, but we want to be respectful of everyone's time and recognize the phenomenal students who are here. So let me tell you a little bit about Student of the Quarter. We have really celebrated our students for a long time. When I arrived here in the fall of 2023, we had a conversation about how wonderful it would be to open our doors and to do that in person rather than sending a certificate in the mail. And almost 3 full years later, we are here yet again to recognize 21 phenomenal students. And what's so amazing about the students that are going to be recognized this morning, that I think you'll see here in a few minutes, is that they're being recognized for so many different things. When we ask our staff to recognize students, we do give them some parameters. Specifically, we ask them to recognize them along the lines of what we call the Rolling Meadows High School 5 Foundations. So I'm going to go through those with you just really quickly, so you'll hear the staff talk about them a little bit when they start calling students up, but just to give you some familiarity. So the 5 foundations are: be respectful, be responsible, be safe, be engaged, and be involved. And the reality is our staff are asked to recognize students along one of those foundations, but for many of the kids that are here today, what you're going to hear is that they are doing and living all 5 of those foundations quite regularly. So before we continue, I do want to pause to recognize a few people in the room. There's a lot going here this morning, but I'm always grateful to have members of our administrative team here. Associate Principal Nathan Aislinger, who's going to be helping me out with the certificates this morning. Division Head Mary Lefferts. Mr. Scott Schulten stopped by, but I think he had to step out. I think those are our administrators here, so we'll talk for him. And then what I would really love would be if our staff would stand up. So if our staff could, great. And let's give them a round of applause. So I have to tell you, our staff are amazing. I get to spend a lot of time with them day in and day out. They are one of the reasons why I am such an incredibly proud principal. And but for them, we wouldn't be here today, because they are the people who have noticed these students. They have noticed the impact they've made. They have noticed the positivity they bring to their spaces. They have noticed the interactions they have with each other and with other members of our community. And they are giving of themselves by being here, by taking the time to write a nomination, and I am so incredibly grateful for them. So as we get going, let me give you just a few pieces of information, students, about how this is going to work. When your name is called, I'm going to ask you to come forward with your nominating staff member. Nominating staff members, many of you who have been here many times, if not all of the times that we've done this, I'm going to ask you to come forward to either read or speak about your student. When we are done with that, we're going to move over here. Mustang Media is here, both videoing and also taking photos this morning, which is awesome. And at the end of today's event, students, I'm going to ask you to stay behind so we can take a group photo, okay? Everybody ready? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Our first student of the quarter, and I will say this, we do read or speak about every student, even if they're not here. We think it's important to say their names and to hear about the impact they've made on our school and our community. So our first student of the quarter, nominated by Miss Katie Batman, is Eelis Patel.
Good morning, everybody. So Alice is a student in one of my freshman human geography classes, and I've been really impressed by his outstanding contributions, not just in third quarter, but really this whole school year. He has nearly perfect attendance and consistently stays focused on our class activities, often encouraging those around him to do the same, especially if they're getting off track. He kind of ropes them back in, which is great. He excels with his work and frequently supports his classmates by helping them understand the material. There are a lot of different languages used in my classroom, and Alice either supports students that need a little bit of extra language help, or he translates things even for other students. He's really bright, uplifting, and he's truly become a positive leader in our classroom, and I think he's so deserving of this recognition.
Thank you, Ms. Batman. Our next student of the quarter, Nathan Braytaft, is nominated by Ms. Kate McNally.
Good morning, everybody. This is Nathan, and I have nominated him this quarter because he is just a doll to have in class. When I teach grammar points and when I teach different words, I always pick my favorite word of the month or my new grammar. He reads my mind, and he comes in that day and he tells me something in Spanish using that new grammar, that new word, and he is just always, always, always in Spanish. He never speaks English. A conversation with Nathan will be like, "Hola, doña, ¿cómo está? Espero que usted tenga un buen fin de semana." And all in Spanish all the time. I'm just so grateful to have him in my class, and it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming this morning, and muchas gracias, Nathan.
Our next student of the quarter, Genevieve Bourne, was nominated by Ms. Allison DeBerg, who could not be here this morning, so I was going to see if Ms. Luckritz could come down and speak about her. Thank you, Ms. Luckritz.
Genevieve Bourne has been selected as student of the third quarter by Allison DeBerg. She is one of the most present, thoughtful, and engaged students that Ms. DeBerg has ever had. She leads class discussion with sharp insights and humor. She thinks deeply about the content of the class and the novels they read. She constantly brings unique insights and contributions. Congratulations, Genevieve.
Thank you, Ms. Luckritz. Our next student of the quarter, Alexia Bordet, was nominated by Mr. Joe DeSilvio.
Good morning, everyone. Alexia Bordet has been selected as by myself for the third quarter. She shows up each and every day with a smile on her face, looking to give her best effort. She's always encouraging other students to give their best and is continually seeking feedback to make sure that she's a safe driver for herself and our school community. Alexia continues to improve her skills as the year moves on, and she is not afraid to tackle complex situations. She does not allow any obstacles to get in her way. Congratulations, Alexia.
Thanks, Mr. DeSilvio. I'd like to welcome Ms. Madeline Dorta up to recognize our next student of the quarter, Jonathan Valesa.
Jonathan has been selected as student of the quarter, all by me. I didn't do that today. No, I didn't. Okay, that's okay. This is the part I'm supposed to read. So Jonathan is in my math class, Algebra 1, and I've just been so impressed with his work ethic in class. He's always focused, and he's always working with his partner, Sabrina, and they, no matter how much silliness is in the room, they will always be working, and I haven't seen a pair of students work together like that diligently in a really long time. So it's really awesome how hard him and his partner work together.
And Sabrina Hernandez is the next student of the quarter, also nominated by Ms. Dorta.
This is a pair. Thank you. So again, I selected Sabrina as well because she also has just worked incredibly hard. She is always focused, and she's always working really hard to ask questions. And again, I've just been so impressed by both of their work ethic, and they are just very impressive with how much they just continuously work through all of it.
Thank you, Ms. Dorta. Our next student of the quarter, Michael Collars, was nominated by Mr. Drenth. Mr. Drenth couldn't be here this morning, so I'm going to ask Mr. Aislinger if he could speak about Michael.
Michael has been selected as student of the third quarter by Mr. Drake. Michael is a student in the IT pathway and currently in A+ Operations Systems. He comes into class with a curious mind and a deep knowledge of the subject. He is always willing to share his knowledge by participating in discussions and helping others with certain tasks in labs. It is a pleasure to have him in class. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Aislinger. Our next student of the quarter, Esteban Zarate, was nominated by Miss Kathy Garrison and the REACH team.
Hi, I'm the representative of the REACH team this morning. There's a lot going on with the team. So Esteban, he was nominated by us and me personally for physics. He made an amazing video for Miss Kelly about why the students want to go to Great America, and his was like heartfelt and so nice and so honest, and he was so excited about making the video. In math, he's done all the work that he needs to do to fully understand the objectives, and in his other classes, like in history, he's participating more and starting to help those around him. And if you've met the REACH students, like things like this may be things that most students normally do, but for REACH kids, they're like monumental. Wanting to be here, wanting to help, and sharing what they know, it's just amazing. So we congratulate Esteban.
Thank you, Ms. Garrison. I'm going to actually have you stay up here because your next student of the quarter, Anasophia Zimmerman, can come on down.
Hello, this is Anna. So I also teach honors physics, and one of the things I love about students in honors physics is that some of them really like physics, and some of them, they're there, and they have an amazing time with their friends, and I'm not going to tell you which one Anna is because she's just amazing all the time. She takes her note-taking very seriously, and their class color codes everything, and if we color code it wrong, I know, so we color code it correctly every time. She works so well with her friends in her lab group. She's very involved in other things. If you want to come by C224, you can see her pig lab poster. It's amazing. They each do their own pig. And these are just a few examples of how much fun and what kind of effort she puts into honors physics. And I just want to congratulate her for always being her authentic self and bringing her Anna authenticity to our class.
Thanks so much, Ms. Garrison. Okay, our next student of the quarter, Thomas Milnowski, was nominated by Mr. Rich Geyer, who I don't believe is here because he's teaching autos right now. So I'm going to ask Mr. Aislinger to speak about him also. He's teaching right now. Yep.
Thomas has been selected as a student of the quarter by Mr. Geyer. Thomas is a hands-on learner. He is one of the first students to arrive to class and always reads the agenda before class. He knows what to expect. Thomas has helped numerous students and faculty with maintenance and repairs on their vehicles. But the main reason that he nominated Thomas is his dedication towards keeping RMHS Auto Shop clean and organized. Thomas holds our shop in the highest standard, and it couldn't be as organized without him. Congratulations, Thomas.
Thanks, Mr. Aislinger. Our next student of the quarter, Jackie Perez, was nominated by Ms. Kimmy Krupicka.
I think I'll go off script for a second. I actually have been teaching the fashion program for like 12 years, probably 15 years now. And there was another teacher that taught Jackie the intro class. There was only a few students that I had never met. And so I was very pleasantly surprised to have her in both of my double advanced classes. So I have her in construction and merchandising. And those are two totally different worlds. And she is mastering them both and making it look easy. And I'm very appreciative to have her in class. There was one time that I had given a direction that they have to add the title to their fashion mood board concept. And I graded, and I was like, did I not say that? I thought that was the most important thing that I said. And I get all the way to the end, because she's from Perez, and then guess who added the title? So I really appreciate students like her, and I've been enjoying my time. We have first and second block together, and our morning time together, so we have a lot of time to spend together. But I'm very grateful for her, and think she's one of the best.
Thank you, Ms. Krupicka. We'll give you a minute to take that photo because you actually have also nominated Juan Soto. So we'll recognize Juan next.
Juan takes the bus. I don't think he's going to walk in late, hopefully, but maybe not yet. He's been selected as student of the quarter by myself for Pro Start program, which is a culinary program. And he really does try his hardest. And one of his best qualities is knowing how he's so willing to work with anyone. I appreciate his go with the flow attitude, but he also gets the job done. So he has a really nice balance of being dedicated and really any person that I put him with in a group with, he will end up being friendly with and professional. And he really does a great job for me as well. So I appreciate Juan.
Okay, moving on to our next student of the quarter, Angela Padilla, nominated by Ms. Mary Leckritz and Ms. Diana Vasilego.
So for student of the quarter, you can't be nominated again. Once you get it, this is the only time you get it. You can only be nominated once in 4 years. And Angela is the perfect example of someone who makes a difference immediately. She came to our class second semester and immediately brought such joy and positivity. And when we talk about the 5 foundations, always respectful, always kind, and always helps others around her be better and to learn more and to support them when they need it, to make sure that everyone is as successful as she is. And isn't that what it's all about? So Angela, what I really wrote, was studious and sweet. Angela is the quiet leader in the classroom. Given any task, she is thoughtful about her work, completes it to the best of her ability. She was the classroom winner and the senior winner of the school Poetry Out Loud contest. And she goes above and beyond to support her peers' learning in the classroom as well. She is well deserving of Student of the Quarter.
Thank you, Ms. Leckritz. Our next student of the quarter, Patrick Svolinsky, was nominated by Ms. Krista Paul. Good morning. I have the absolute pleasure of teaching Patrick in my sophomore world lit class, one of my sections. Patrick, you consistently demonstrate what it means to be respectful in our learning community. You show care not only for yourself, but also for those around you and the environment that we share. You treat your peers and educators with kindness, patience, and consideration, and your actions reflect a genuine sense of respect and maturity. Patrick, you're so thoughtful in the way that you communicate, and you're always mindful of how your actions impact others. You contribute to a positive, welcoming atmosphere where people feel comfortable and supported. So whether it's through a small everyday action or the way that you carry yourself, you set the tone of respect that others can follow. And I have several examples where Patrick, whether a peer might be sick or might be feeling down, he's very aware and perceptive of our environment. Or one of my colleagues had a recent kind of smaller surgery, and Patrick, just on countless occasions, just seeing him check in with them is it's very heartwarming.
Patrick, you also are conscientious of our shared space. You take responsibility for helping to maintain an environment where everyone can learn and feel valued. Your consistent kindness, awareness, and respect make a meaningful difference in our classroom every day. Lastly, I would say your character and the way that you treat others truly strengthens our learning community, and we are so lucky to have you a part of it. Congratulations.
Ms. Paul nominated a few students of the quarter, so we're going to do all of them and then we'll do pictures. All right, our next student of the quarter, also nominated by Ms. Paul, is Elly Davis.
All right, so again, it's a pleasure to have Elly and mine and Mrs. Wayne's, our co-taught World Lit class for sophomores. Elly, you bring a quiet focus and study dedication to our learning community each and every day. You have consistently stayed engaged during instruction. You listen attentively and approach your work with care and persistence. Your thoughtful approach truly helps set a calm and productive tone for those around you. And in first block every day, which Mrs. Wang and I will have the pleasure of seeing you in a few moments in class, you truly do set the tone, and it's such a pleasure to observe around you. You just get right to it and just kind of subtly, it's great leadership quality of a lot of students following you. One specific example during one of my absences, Elly demonstrated initiative by independently connecting to AirPlay so the class could access the daily slides and continue learning without interruption. Now, of course, our slides are located on Schoology where everyone can access, but taking initiative is wonderful, and again, nothing skipped a beat, it just went without interruption. So again, your ability to step in when needed and take responsibility truly reflect your maturity. So Elly, your consistency, attentiveness, willing to support our learning environment make you a truly valued member of our learning community.
And Ms. Paul's last student of the quarter, not our last today, is Otniel Silva Flores.
Okay, well, Otniel's not with us. I know we have a lot of supporters in here of him. Otniel is also one of my World Lit classes, so pattern. Have the pleasure of working with mostly sophomores. He consistently demonstrates strong engagement and a genuine commitment to his learning. He remains present, focused, and on task during our class activities, whether working independently or collaborating with peers. He contributes thoughtfully and appropriately, helping to create a positive and productive classroom learning community. What truly sets Otniel apart is his initiative and sense of responsibility. Similar to Elly, in one of my absences, he also stepped up as leader in the classroom, helping the substitute connect to the AirPlay so the lesson could continue seamlessly for our entire class. His willingness to support others and take ownership of our learning community speaks volumes about his character. Otniel's initiative, responsibility, and willingness to support others truly make him a valued member of our learning community. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ms. Paul. Our next student of the quarter, Brian Benitez, was nominated by Mr. Josh Pierce, and I'm going to ask Mr. Aislinger to speak about him.
Brian has been selected as the student of the third quarter by Mr. Pierce. Brian is always incredibly respectful of staff and his peers every day. Whether that be holding the door for others, always being the first to put his phone in the caddy, or always listening to whoever's speaking, he works incredibly hard and has made massive improvements in the class as the year has gone on. Brian's contributions to the discussion at hand is always thoughtful and welcoming. Brian presents himself as a model student for others, and it always is a pleasure to have him in the room. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mr. Aislinger. Our next student of the quarter, Nell Krischuk, was nominated by Mr. Sean Radcliff.
Good morning. I've been lucky enough to collaborate with Nell in two classes, one at the start of her high school career in human geography, and one right now at the end of her high school career. And Nell's amazing. It's been really cool because she came into our school as a really strong student already, and now she's continued to grow, and I think she's leaving as one of our top stars, and it truly made that Nell isn't always the first person to raise her hand in the discussion, but as soon as I see her hand go up, I'm really excited because I know our discussion's about to be elevated to go into a deeper level. Nell, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Radcliff. Our next student of the quarter, Alina Cardenas, was nominated by Miss Caroline Slowick.
So Alina has earned Student of the Quarter because of the way she carries herself each day. She is polite and respectful, always greeting others warmly, and she consistently shows kindness by being the first to help classmates who have questions or need support. Our school is fortunate to have her positive energy brightening our hallways and classrooms every day. And I just would like to add, every morning I have her in 2 classes, luckily freshman foundations and human geography, and she's always the first person to say, "Good morning, Miss Slowick, how are you doing?" And it always brightens just up the room, and just, she's so nice to her friends and does the same to them, so I just really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Slowick. We have 2 students of the quarter left, both nominated by Ms. Steph Sparks. I'm going to invite her up, along with Daniel Mahdi. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Steph Sparks. I am so excited to talk to you about Daniel and give him a very hard time about not being here later. Daniel is a senior this year who joined our theater program. I teach theater and run our extracurricular theater program, and I'm so proud of him. He has led consistently our build crew, and I think the most exciting part about this is that I think if you told Daniel he was going to be like up here, student of the quarter, leading our tech crew, encouraging and teaching and mentoring our younger students a year ago, he may not have believed you. Daniel has consistently stepped up both in my humanities class, which he is also in, and through this extracurricular program as well. And I think one of the things that makes Daniel stand out is how consistent he is with his character. He is so kind and so friendly. And you might not be able to see that right away, but once you get to know Daniel, he's really a student who I think stands out and is deserving of this recognition. So I'm very excited to celebrate him later. Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Sparks. And our last student of the quarter is Lina Thurman. And I'm also so excited to talk about Lina and have her be our grand finale here. Lina is a remarkable student for so many different reasons, like all of the students nominated today. But Lina has actually come to us for her first and only year at Rolling Meadows High School because she's an exchange student. Lina is joining us here from Germany and has had the opportunity in my acting classes this year and also jumped in full force to literally everything she has done. I think of students as incredibly brave people for getting up in front of their peers and doing all kinds of different things. It's one thing to do that when you're new to a high school. It's another thing to do that when you're new to a country. And it's another thing to do that when you're new to a language. And Lina has done all of those things so beautifully and so inspirationally. She comes in every day to rehearsal with a positive attitude, jumping into whatever we are doing. And the fact that she can kind of jump in and navigate all of these things. Again, it's not just theater that she's done, she's also been involved in color guard and has been very active in all of the things that she has chosen. And so I am only disappointed in that she will not be here again next year, but I'm so grateful that throughout her time she is not only a positive, consistent leader, but also someone who truly models what it means to be courageous, and someone who models what it means to be positive and engaged with the world around them, which I think is a beautiful thing. So thank you so much, Lina, and congratulations. Thanks, Ms. Sparks. So as we bring our student of the third quarter celebration to a close, I just want to share just a few more things. Ms. Leckritz mentioned you can only be nominated for Student of the Quarter one time in your high school career. And so again, this is a true honor, and it is recognition by staff who are noticing things each and every day. So to the students, I want to say thank you to all of you. You make Rolling Meadows High School better. by being who you are, by what you bring into your spaces, whether it's in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, behind the scenes, you are making Meadows better. To our parents and guardians and families who are joining us today, you are the reason why these kids are who they are. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for partnering with us. It is a gift to come to Rolling Meadows High School to work every day. It is a labor of love for me, and it is mornings like these that remind me of why we do what we do here in education and here at Meadows specifically. And again, to our staff, and for those of you who are here every quarter, you've heard me say this before, thank you for noticing our kids. Thank you for taking the time to write them up and to be here and to give them this recognition. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Monday. It's looking like it's going to be a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. Students of the quarter, if you can move over to the side, we're going to take a group photo. Please make sure you grab some food on your way out. And thank you again, everyone. Take care.